Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're here to help you cut through the noise when you're tackling a new topic.
Yeah, forget spending hours, wading through articles trying to connect the dots.
We take your specific sources, could be research papers, blog posts, maybe even YouTube transcripts or Reddit discussions you've saved.
All that stuff you collect.
Exactly, and we distill it down to the essential knowledge you actually need.
Efficiently. That's the key.
And today, our focus is very specific. We're looking at how an AI tool from Google called NotebookLM could really change the game for researching new subjects.
Absolutely. We've all been there, right? Staring at just a mountain of information.
Oh, yeah. Information overload is real.
Whether it's for work, maybe a presentation, or you're just curious about something new. It can feel, well, overwhelming.
So NotebookLM is positioned as a solution.
Exactly. It's like a smart assistant, a personalized tool to help you navigate that complexity and actually understand what matters in your materials.
Okay, so it's not just like a fancy folder system. What is NotebookLM really?
Think of it as your own personal AI research partner. It's built using Google's powerful AI, their large language models.
LLMs, right.
Right, those systems trained on huge amounts of text. But here's the crucial difference. NotebookLM is source-grounded.
Source-grounded, what does that mean in practice?
It means it only works with the information you give it. The documents, the notes, the links you upload.
Ah, okay, so unlike a general chatbot that pulls from the whole internet.
Precisely. NotebookLM becomes an expert specifically on your collection of information. It's like having a research assistant who's only read the assigned reading list, so their insights are super relevant.
That makes a huge difference. So if I feed it articles on, I don't know, quantum computing.
It will only talk about quantum computing based on those specific articles. It won't bring in unrelated stuff it found elsewhere.
Got it. It creates a personalized AI expert just for my project.
You've got it, ready to analyze, summarize, find connections, things you might miss otherwise.
Okay, let's get into the practical side. What can it actually do? What are the key features for research?
Well, first off, it's really flexible with what you can feed it. You can upload Google Docs, slides, sheets straight from Drive.
That's handy.
PDFs, obviously text files, you can just paste text in. It handles web URLs too.
Websites, okay.
Yep. And even YouTube videos, it actually transcribes them for you.
Wow, okay. Transcribes video.
Yeah, and audio files too, like MP3s or WOVVs. It turns the speech into text it can analyze.
That covers a lot of ground. Any caveats there?
Just one small thing with Google Drive files. If you update the original doc or slide, you need to re-upload it to NotebookLM. It doesn't sync automatically.
Good to know. Okay, so my sources are uploaded. What happens next? What can it create?
This is where it gets really interesting. It can transform that raw data into useful formats. Need a timeline of events from a historical document. It can generate that. It can create FAQs based on your content, pull together briefing documents highlighting key points, even make study guides.
Study guides automatically.
Yep. And there's this feature called audio overviews. It basically creates a short podcast-style conversation summarizing your material.
A podcast generated from my research. That sounds unusual, but potentially very useful for a quick grasp.
It really is. It's a different way to absorb the info. And crucially for research credibility, citations.
Yes. Citations. Always important.
Every single piece of information NotebookLM gives you, every summary point, every answer, it's linked directly back to the specific passage in your uploaded source.
So you can click and verify instantly.
Instantly. See the context, check the source, it builds trust, plus you can save things as you go. Interesting quotes, the AI summaries, your own thoughts right into notes within the notebook.
Keeps everything organized in one spot.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm intrigued. How easy is it to actually start using this? I want to research a new topic today.
It's really straightforward. You go to the NotebookLM site, sign in with your Google account, click plus new notebook, give it a name related to your project. Then you get the upload options we talked about, PDF, Drive, URL, etc.
Right. PDF is probably common for research papers.
Very common. Once you upload something, it usually gives you a quick first summary and suggests some questions you might ask.
Like prompts to get you started.
Yeah, exactly. Then you mainly interact through the chat box. Ask your questions.
And the answers come only from my documents.
Only from your documents.
Yeah.
With those citations popping up so you know where it found the answer.
Okay, so it really is like having a conversation with my research materials, but smarter.
That's a great way to put it. It's understood them. It's not just keyword searching, it's synthesizing.
And because it's source-grounded, the answers should be much more relevant than asking a general AI.
Much more targeted. No wading through irrelevant web results.
Right.
It sticks to your script, so to speak.
Right. Let's talk about how this really speeds things up. How does it help when you're trying to get your head around a completely new area? Give me some examples.
Oh, absolutely. Think about academic lit reviews. Huge task.
Yeah. Yes. Days, weeks sometimes.
Imagine having, say, 15 key papers in a new field. Instead of painstakingly reading each one, highlighting, trying to connect themes, NotebookLM can analyze them incredibly fast. It can pull out the main arguments, summarize findings, even highlight where different researchers agree or disagree.
So it does the initial heavy lifting.
Exactly. You can compress maybe weeks of that initial reading and synthesis into just hours. You get to the higher level thinking, the actual analysis, much faster.
That's huge for academics, PhD students, anyone needing to get up to speed quickly. What else?
It's great for wrangling information that's scattered everywhere. Notes here, articles saved there, maybe a useful Slack thread.
My digital life in a nutshell.
Right. You can pull all that into one NotebookLM notebook. Then you can ask questions that cut across all those sources.
Like
What are the main risks mentioned across the project proposal, the market analysis, and the team meeting notes? It synthesizes it for you.
Yeah. So it helps you see the bigger picture, find connections you might have missed.
Precisely. Connections between sources, not just summaries of sources. That's a key strength.
And the audio overview feature you mentioned, how does that fit in with research?
Imagine you've uploaded a really dense, long report. Maybe you don't have time to read all 100 pages right now.
Okay.
You can ask NotebookLM to generate an audio summary, maybe focused on just the conclusions or just the financial implications.
Customize the summary.
Exactly. You listen to the audio overview, maybe on your commute, get the gist, and then you know exactly which sections you need to dive back into later.
That's smart. Very efficient. What about actually learning the material, not just summarizing?
It's great for that too. The study guide feature is fantastic. You upload your course notes or textbook chapter.
Yeah.
And with basically one click, it can generate a structured study guide. It'll pull out key concepts, definitions, maybe even suggest potential essay questions, all based directly on your material.
Wow. So it turns dense text into an active learning tool.
That's the idea. Makes it more digestible, more interactive, really helpful for students, obviously, but also for anyone trying to truly master a new professional skill or topic.
It feels like it's actively participating in the understanding process.
I think that's right. And it goes beyond just academic stuff. Think about prepping for a client meeting.
Okay.
You could upload your previous meeting notes, their company website info, maybe an internal strategy doc. Put it all in a client-specific notebook.
Right.
Then just before the meeting, ask NotebookLM. Summarize the key discussion points from our last call and the client's main objectives. You get a quick tailored briefing.
That beats frantically searching through old emails.
Totally. Or for content creators, it can be a brainstorming partner. But because it knows your research, your past notes, the ideas it suggests are grounded and more relevant than asking a general AI.
I can see that. Keeps the brainstorming focused.
Definitely. Or consider someone learning about, say, email marketing. They could upload a bunch of successful emails they admire.
Okay, like examples.
Yeah, examples. Then ask NotebookLM. Analyze the tone, structure, and calls to action in these emails. What are the common success factors?
So it helps you learn from real-world examples, reverse engineer what works.
Exactly. You get an action plan based on proven strategies in those examples. Same idea for sales calls. Upload transcripts of good calls and not so good calls.
And ask it to spot the differences.
Right. What communication patterns worked? Where did things go wrong? The audio overview feature could even analyze the tone in those calls if you uploaded the audio.
That's getting quite sophisticated, analyzing conversational data.
It is. There's a great example of someone using it for personal coaching. They uploaded business books they liked and recordings of their own practice presentations.
Yeah.
They asked NotebookLM for specific feedback based on the principles in the books and their own recordings, how to improve their pitch, make it more persuasive. Got really actionable advice.
Wow, like a personalized coach based on your chosen mentors and your own performance.
Kind of. Another one, newsletter curation. Upload a load of newsletters you like in a specific niche.
Yeah.
Ask NotebookLM to analyze common themes, popular topics, effective formats. Helps you figure out what resonates if you're planning to start your own.
It's like having an AI analyst for your specific niche or industry.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And for marketing folks, analyzing sales pages. Just give NotebookLM the URL of a successful page.
And it breaks it down.
Yeah, identifies the copywriting techniques, the conversion elements, the best practices used on that specific page. You can build up a whole swipe file of analyzed examples right inside NotebookLM.
A personalized library of marketing tactics.
Exactly. Same for podcasts. Grab transcripts, upload the audio, ask for summaries, action plans, even quizzes on the content.
The quiz generation is interesting for reinforcement.
It is. And analyzing ads, you can find successful ads using ad libraries, copy the text into NotebookLM, tell it to act like a marketing expert, and ask what makes these ads effective.
So it helps decode successful creative.
It can definitely help identify patterns.
Mm.
Another big one. Customer feedback, upload reviews, support tickets, survey responses.
And ask it to find the key themes.
Summarize key themes. Pinpoint areas for improvement. Analyze overall sentiment. Invaluable for any business.
Absolutely. Understanding your customers is critical.
And maybe the biggest overall research benefit is just efficiently learning from many sources at once.
Right, pulling it all together.
Instead of you manually jumping between 10 PDFs and 5 websites, you ask one question, and NotebookLM synthesizes the answer, drawing from all of them.
With the citations, so you know where it came from.
Always with the citations. It just streamlines that whole cross-referencing process massively. Saves so much time.
I can see that. People are using it for project management, too.
Yeah, setting up a notebook per project, loading in all the relevant docs and resources. Or a notebook per client, uploading meeting transcripts, asking for summaries and action items before the next call.
Smart. Keeps everything contained and queryable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even for recurring internal meetings, upload the transcripts, creates a searchable archive for the team, or for decision-making load in influential books on a topic you're grappling with.
And consult your virtual experts.
Sort of. Ask for insights based on their principles. It can also generate briefing documents summarizing main themes, problems, solutions across all your sources quickly.
A high-level overview on demand.
Right. And you can always narrow the focus, tell it to only answer based on these 2 specific documents if needed.
Flexibility is key.
And if you find something useful elsewhere, you can just paste it into a note within the notebook, making it part of the knowledge base.
So you can keep adding to it.
Yep. And for really dense stuff like complex academic papers, asking it to explain concepts or summarize arguments in simpler terms is a lifesaver.
Breaking down complexity.
And it can even help reformat information, like take these research findings and draft a formal letter explaining them, while still keeping those all-important citations linked.
It really does sound like a powerful research partner. Are there limitations, though? Things it doesn't do well?
Yeah, it's important to be aware of those. It's still labeled as experimental by Google, so you might hit occasional glitches or performance hiccups.
Okay, still evolving.
And remember, the updating thing for most file types, apart from docs and slides, if the original changes, you need to re-upload it. Saved notes from an old version won't automatically transfer or update if you upload a new version.
Right. Managing versions is on you.
There's no dedicated mobile app right now, though the website works on mobile browsers for simpler queries. It's also only available for users 18 and older.
Age restriction. Okay. Any privacy considerations?
Google states they don't use your uploaded content to train their general models, which is good. But, standard advice applies if you're dealing with extremely sensitive or private information. Exercise caution, just as you would with any cloud tool.
Makes sense. Standard digital prudence. So bringing it all together, it sounds like NotebookLM offers a really significant advantage for anyone needing to research and understand a new topic deeply and efficiently.
I think so. Its power lies in being grounded in your sources. It becomes your personalized expert, helping you synthesize information and find those aha moments much faster than traditional methods.
It tackles that information overload problem head-on.
It really does, by creating a focused, AI-powered workspace for each research project.
So for everyone listening, think about this. Imagine reclaiming the hours you spend just sifting through information. Imagine having an AI research assistant dedicated solely to your materials.
What could you learn? What new projects could you take on with that extra capacity?
It's a compelling thought. How could you apply NotebookLM to what you're working on right now? Definitely something to explore.
It has the potential to really unlock deeper understanding.
Thanks for taking this deep dive with us today into the world of NotebookLM.